Hi, welcome into my channel. This channel is the Games current view of astronomy. I'm saying that we can go to the stars here. So in each video I come from other videos that have a relation with this, like you see a thematic, like in this sense. So we can go here. I'm saying this is close and it's contemporary with us. It's a simple cloud. Close. It's not a gravitational system. So, but I have from Brian Greene like a promise. I have few more videos and so I can go. I will come back in the Brian Greene channel and he will put some new video. But it's not like from Brian Greene. It was I made this because he introduced a lot of guys and to show to you that a lot of guys say these stupid things, okay? So that's why he introduced a lot of guys and to bring them into my channel to be many of them. So about the elements, where the atoms were formed. So Brian Greene inviting known professor Alexander something. Okay, watch.
The person that we're speaking with today is a leader in all of these undertakings. It's Alex Filipenko, who is the Richard and Rhoda Goldman Distinguished Professor in the Physical Sciences at the University of California, Berkeley. He is the past winner of the Breakthrough Prize in Fundamental Physics.
You see, so about supernova, you see the star explodes and transforms in a supernova. So what is the proof of supernova? Okay, you have here some thing that is extinguished and ignited like this, but you see like in this manner you have extinction and reignited, extinction as reignited, extinction reignited. You see it says that the stars do not make like this, click 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 click. That's why, but why? But why? So now they identify our star with our sun with the stars. You know, our sun is a star. Stars are suns, and now the sun emits flames, but now some this do not know even because it's vibrating the earth at a distance with some frequency. Okay, so then in their head each point like here must be like a star, not like this, not like a small star, like a sun. Each point they do not have like a separability in their head. Let's say this is a star somehow, this is, and each point forms a star like this, but in their head if the see each with its own place. Okay, so a sun like this, a spherical one, everything must be spherical, but why you could not emit light like in the cylinder manner? So not apart from Brian Greene.
You know, just brings to mind one question before we get into the details of things like the Hubble tension and dark energy, as mentioned at the outset. You know, Richard Feynman, I think, once famously said that the single most important lesson from science is this idea that we are all made of atoms. You made reference a moment ago to the stuff of which we're made of, and we've learned that forged in the interior of, you know, supernovas, exploding, spewing out. So it's a deep insight that we're all made of the same stuff, forged in the same place. But if you were to come up with the single most important lesson that you'd want, say, your students in that class or people that watch these programs, what would you say is the most important lesson of science?
So you see why you cannot emit light in a cylinder manner, or like this, like flowers of light. Say it in 350, name the stars flowers of light, if you understand. So now what's the shape of them? But it is true. What's the true proof of the supernova? So ignited extinction, things like this. Okay, but it could be in normal functioning. They observe a star ignited here and then extinguished, they emit a supernova, then constate that it illuminates again. So, but could be many causes, and there are clouds there can enter in the and their clouds are moving in. So well, let me tell you now why the Bible is telling you that the stars were made in the third day. After the plants, you see there are plants that are opening, blooming at 5 o'clock. Some of them close at night. some of them only open at night, night flowers. So if you understand that self-generative plants, you cut a branch from a tree, it grows another one, and you must understand God worked the stars in order. Like you see, he made first made the light, made the day and night. You see, he made the earth. He says the earth, the waters are presented because you are saying that these are forging the stars, like nice poems, but only poems, okay. But he worked in a etapized like step like matter. See, for the matter like rock like matter, and then the plants, the stars, because are more complex. There's a thing like they worship the sun and ignited the sun to prove that the plants are, but it's demonstrating you that the plants are not correlated with the light from the sun. They are opening and they have a temporal system inside it. Not because it's 5 o'clock for the sun, because they have an internal clock. At 5 o'clock, so say they're opening. There are natural clocks, and there are a lot of examples. You can find this in tracing. But it proves to you can, like you correlate it with the sun. It proves to you that it has programmed prior that God illuminated the stars. So now you understand. You made everything that you understand about, because then he made the fish, the birds more less a little bit complex than the ground animals, and then the man at the end. You see, he worked everything, our galaxy, prepare it, ignites the stars, and there is a point for us to go with the stars. He made the sky to be livable, to be, I said the prophet says, maybe I will tell you all of that. So watch another part from Brian Greene and I'll speak more.
Well, I think in Feynman's case, you're right. He was searching for a single sentence that would convey the most information in the fewest words. And I think he was focusing mostly on just that matter is made out of atoms, which at some level are indivisible in terms of, carbon being different from oxygen and all that. Of course, there are protons and neutrons and electrons and all that. But he didn't focus on the origin of the elements, the heavy elements of which we are made. And so I would put this addendum to what he said, and it's sort of what you said, that the carbon in our cells, the oxygen that we breathe and which is in water, the calcium in our bones, the iron in our red blood cells, the phosphorus in our DNA, all of the elements heavier than helium, or technically lithium, but there's not much lithium within us, they were forged in stars, deep in the cores of stars through nuclear reactions. Indeed, this is what produces the energy that the stars emit. And then some of those stars explode as supernovae and liberate those elements into the space between the stars and generate additional heavy ones during the explosions. And then those gases form new stars, and they go through birth and element generation and death. And after many generations of this stellar birth and death, you get clouds that have a sufficient quantity of these heavy elements that rocky Earth-like planets can form. And at least on one of them, Earth, life did form and it evolved, and here we are. So going back to Carl Sagan, he so eloquently said, we are made of stardust or star stuff. And that's just such an amazing story. We're not just in the universe. We're an integral part of the universe linked to stars billions of years ago that generated these elements, and some of the stars exploded. And aren't we lucky that all of this happened?
Yeah.
So I think that's just an amazing story of creation, in a sense, and of our fundamental origins.
So if you watch that, now you must imagine what have plants, and imagine the stars are made after plants. So because they are invented this fusion, okay, they do not know how the Mendeleev chart appear, the elements, okay, hydrogen, lithium, natrium, calcium, beryllium, magnesium, okay, strontium, bore, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fear. I know chemistry, but it's false. I'm telling you, the electron is light. That does not exist. So the combination are made with light. I will show it to you maybe sometimes. Some reaction, they change color, it proves to you their interaction with light. And go back, same white, go blue, go white, black, white again. It's changing like the colors, like multiple colors. It proves to you that something in the light manner happens when the chemistry interacts, not like electrons, okay? So now, but they have this proof of supernova that explode, but I'm telling you that can be self-healing stars and dividing stars. And they invented these draconical ages like 1 billion years, 4 billions to exaggerate that we could not know how to maintain a light open from 10,000 years. So to make this function 10,000 years to emit light, not to burn, not to the material to be consumed, we do not know this. So they invented the fission and fusion, both of them do not exist. They said in last times, hydrogen bomb. You put hydrogen, a substance, and normal explosive, and you put uranium, irradiated, and it reaches, they say 5,000 degrees, but now I wonder if even the 2,000 degrees Celsius degrees exist. I believe that somehow does not, okay? So even the melting temperatures are false, like 1,600 carbon or aluminium, 600 degrees. You see, if you make a graph, so watch another part and I'll speak more.
Yeah, sometimes I like to think about if somehow the atoms in our bodies were tagged with their place of origin.
Yeah.
It'd be sort of this amazing story, it'd be like 23andMe, but at the level of, the lineage from the atomic furnaces through which these atomic structures were forged, the atom over here in that star,
right,
and that the atom over, that sort of
absolutely.
Okay, if you make a graphic like this, like this, you are believing somehow the temperature. I've told you that is a limited function. There are functions in physics like this on graphic XA like this, okay, Z, okay, 0 here, let's say, okay, and there are functions that go from the room temperature 100 degrees, like here, like 100 degrees, you boiling point of water, and it stops here 100 degrees. It's a limited function, okay, but now like this the water boiling point, but now you do not understand what happens sometimes when you put minus 10 degrees, it could be liquid, water still be liquid, it makes like a straight like this, okay. So now you are thinking about a function that goes like this in step like manner, like this, okay, and this is wrong, like this. A function that goes like this, like increment. So let's say quantity, like with quanta. But and in this manner, you see what they have when they gave the temperature on thermodynamics. I've told you, I have suspicion that is false. You see, you have this glass, like long glass like this, and you put mercury in it like this, mercury. Like this, and you graduate, you make this like finer millimeter stuff, okay, and the mercury expands or cools, and then it rises or goes down, okay, but and this is how they make thermometers, one of them, okay. But what do you do when you have, you put it in like here, like 100 degrees boiling point of water, you boil oils, you boil stuff like this, maybe it gives you like some vapors, but what do you make why would we make it this when melting points of the are 2,300 degrees, 3,000 tungsten, they say, you see. So now you imagine that it goes like incremental manner. You see, like you have like in 10 to the 10 power, like you have 1 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 1 centimeter, 10 decimeter, 1 meter, 10 meters, 1,000 meters, kilometers, and so on and so forth, like multiplied by 10. You see, when you believe somehow, but know the numbers are symmetrical, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, okay? You believe that the 2 is the 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1. Somehow the temperature goes incremental like this. But now to reach 3,000 degrees, you do not have any viable thermometer, you see. So how do you give the temperature of? I'm telling you that I believe on shore they do not exist, okay? What I've told you this, you can make iron and you can make a candle with electricity, if you know. You put electricity like this rod steel like this, and a bobbin, Tesla bobbin coil like this, and you find some frequency with some electronic passive capacitor, and it emits flames. Maybe so I put already, but maybe I will put again. You see, it emits flames on the top. You put electricity, you regulate some frequency, it emits flames. So now in this manner, I'm telling you that the stars do not have the right frequency like the sun. The sun has the light is correlated with fire and with electricity. It is the both sides of them somehow. Okay. So but there could be stars that resonate at that frequency. Okay, to emit flames. But there's no need. There's no need to emit flames. So we'll watch another part from Brian Greene, and I'll speak more.
But there's no single type of star that is visible at the vast distances of billions of light years, and a light year is the distance light travels in a year. It's about 6 million miles, okay? There's no single type of star that's visible, at vast distances, but also whose distance is directly measurable nearby, okay? So we need some intermediate type of stars that give us the distances to at least some galaxies, and we can measure their distances of these stars more or less directly, and then find a type of star in the galaxy whose distance you've figured out using this intermediate star, and calibrate that candle, so to speak, and then use it out to billions of light years. So to just make this very concrete, for relatively nearby galaxies, we use a type of star known as a Cepheid variable.
Okay, what I'm telling you, the temperature is a limited function. You cannot go back in billion degrees Celsius. You cannot have it, or you do not have any material that you support this. And if you make a pure frequency of light like this, you cannot define anymore like temperature. It's a frequency, you make something with it. And the temperature is another thing, you see. An entire ocean, you boil it 100 degrees. Everywhere where you put the thermometer 100 degrees. You boil the whole Atlantic, North Atlantic Ocean, you boil it. You put a thermometer 100 degrees Celsius degree, 100, everywhere, you see. So, but now if you understand with a volume of 100 degrees, you can warm up many houses. You can, you see many places. This by volume, but okay, in this manner. So on shore, what I've told you in this video, I don't believe in the melting points that are correct. There's no function like it goes like this, 10 like this. And it could be that the melting points of iron seems to strange as 500 degrees somehow if you rename this. Fahrenheit, Kelvin and Celsius, okay, different. There's some proof that minus 273 degree absolute zero exists, but I doubt this also. You see, it happens something. You have 0 degrees, minus 10, minus 15, minus 30 degrees, 35, 56, 73 degrees Celsius. They say that the North Pole or in Siberia as north, the South Pole. That's why it's more okay. The Antarctica. Okay, but how a man who comport of this temperature, how materials will comport? How can you register that you have more than 100 degrees? And maybe you do not feel it. You see, there's some factors. You feel some cold. You feel cold sometimes. So about thermodynamics, this okay. So you feel sometimes cold outside is warm, and then the thermometer shows to you that it's cold. And you feel warm, or it's not like you have from internal some method system, but it could be there is some factors in temperature. So now if you go under minus 53, you believe that's incremental like this to feel the cold. 2 times you 10 degrees minus 20 degree minus 2 times colder, but it's not. You see, you have this multiplying stuff, but it could be that is not okay. It is like then it is like you see there proportional and inverse proportional functions. You put like 2 to the power of 2 like this. It goes in proportional manner like doubles, and maybe slows down. You see, maybe after minus 20 it slows down like this. So I saw a proof, chemistry proof that 273 degrees exists, and it was illogical. Okay, so it could not be that you have cold is the final material. This material, you see, and it behaves different. So this manner you understand. It is not. If you cool down, let's say a cube of gold, this is a gold piece. You put a cube of gold, you see, and you cool it down, and the same mass and the same volume, you cannot have it, you see, but the same mass, and you measure, you see. Maybe some materials cube composed in a different manner. But how much colder could be a material, and how much hotter could be? So that's why I explained to you. They are saying that these elements are forged atomic fission and fusion do not exist, dude. This is a false science. You do not believe that all the science is false, and I'm telling you, I give you hints that even the melting points are wrong. I know them. I'm telling to you, like 3,000 degrees Celsius tungsten, like you have in wire. But you can melt it with light. Light, it is electricity, any kind of electrode. You have an electrode and you weld you with them. So you put this length of an electrode, this fixed electrode from tungsten, from iron, from let's say gold even, and silver and copper and aluminium, all of these colors representing an electrode made from, okay, and you put it to weld with them. You see difference, like different frequency, like this is a frequency, see? And some pieces can give you some different frequency. So you regulate how the light flows. So you melt with light. I told you the electricity, it is light. You melt with light in a vibrational manner. You are believing that it's ondulatory. The light is not. It's a field. It's not even a corpuscle or particle. It's hyperdimensional, 4-dimensional field. So now you can register the frequency you are producing it to melt this copper wire, you see, and to melt this. So you observe somehow there's some different frequency in a close range manner, see, on aluminium. But how can you melt at that frequency? But the temperature again, how you can make it, okay? So some laser thermometers like this, but it could be made wrong, because you see you put a laser beam bounce back, okay, and you register a frequency and you assign like in a computer 2 multiplied by 2 equals 4, but you put already these numbers and you can go wrong. They arrested people with COVID disease, okay, they or nothing, maybe they had temperature, maybe, okay, there's lasers So you must not believe when this is somebody says to you. The technologies exist. I'm telling you, I will tell you their inventions did not came from physics. Okay, so if you, I brought my guitar again, maybe I will sing to you when you're gone on my next video. Let's see. Okay, this video is already big. Okay, so you see, what's the proof of supernova? So you cannot have it from a extinguish of light like this. I told you they could be regenerative stars. They could be, and the shape is not in an obligative manner, in a spherical manner, like this. And when you say with the speed of light, brain reasks himself if the material of the what we are made are forging stars. You see, like a good poems, like in ancient times we had a poem, a creation poem, and it's some turtle that it and some pussycat, like in Indians today. I have temples praying to the mouse. Okay, so you do not believe that these things are existing in the okay. The Rosios had so children in the sky, so this kind of demons. Okay, they had, and they like go all fighting between, like go from stage one, and so but it exists in a poem. This is a poem. Okay, in supernova, supermassive stars that explode, there is a balance between the force of gravity that attracts and they can try to escape, and these things are false and they do not realize. So they are reciting a bad poem like in ancient times. The difference there is Zeus, and this is not containing any Zeus. That's all this kind of the crazy one, more crazy than the ancient myths of creation. So I'm telling you that the Bible is correct. It's not presenting when the matter is presenting you water, and the Spirit of God was above the water. The earth was the material that constitute earth. Okay, but at the start they ignite them because there was submerged in the cloud and electroshock like this, and at once in one day electroshock the entire galaxy with the light. Electroshock is super. That's why I ignited the light field before connecting everything, and then supplementary you can make the light stronger. Okay? Like in fire some difference, I've told you, okay, and in electricity some difference. So but imagine that it contained already this kind inside and it was unignited. Okay, and then in one day, like the rotation of Earth, because you cannot have a day when you have a full Earth like this. A day is defined when Earth make a rotation from here back 24 hours. So the Earth you must have it round. You cannot have a half an hour to coagulate, like from where the water came and things like this. Okay, so it's telling you that the Earth was already full, and in one rotation of the Earth from here to here, united all the stars, all the galaxy like this. And you see how fast you unite light. You don't even need a day, but it made it in one day because it explained to you something somehow. It ignited it, and it like in a short circle, like in thunderclouds, like this, was emitted to all the galaxy. They are put in clouds like this. But you must understand now there could be stars that make like this. They could be non-round stars. They could be cubic stars. They could be flower like this. This is a star in the flower type manner. Okay, and could be some extinguished. You cannot name the supernova, and to be the dividing self and could functioning, like you break this installation in two and still functioning because it's plugged in a light field. Okay, and we can go here. Okay, this is a big video, but maybe the next time I will sing to you when you're gone. Okay, let's see. I don't know, but maybe, you know. So we can go here at Jupiter planet. Gravity is not due to masses. It is a light field. It's not matter the masses. It's a speed over okay on the surface. You see clouds. You see my channel clouds, and so we fog. You see fog, and this is contemporary stuff. And I'm telling you wonderful news. We can go here. We cannot see the universe. We cannot see it. Okay, and these are not gravitational systems, and okay, and it's okay. So goodbye, God bless. Subscribe, help me, this channel must be find out. I've told you in this video about thermodynamics. To understand, it could be wrong. You do not, you take this out for granted, for no proof. What's the melting point of the, and you go in some chart and it's telling you 3000 degrees, but you do not think about this stuff. What is temperature? Can you have a billion degrees? Like the Chinese made a chamber like a room like this, enclosed room, and electroshock it, and with light, and we told you the light, it said that it reached 1,000,000 degrees. From what material? From what? On what material? And surrounded by what not to be melted up to 1,000,000,000 degrees. So in this manner you understand that the Big Bang is false, the temperature is a limited function. You must have some material, and I've explained to you how you cannot make the conversion. It melts, but why 1,000 degrees? Some frequency you cannot convert them, and to make an equal sign between a normal temperature in all manner and with frequency that you can melt, okay? So when you understand that the stars produce all kinds of ways of light, and there are all kinds of geometry. There could be that opens only at 5 o'clock, only at 5 o'clock illuminates, and only for 2 hours, and then it goes like a flower blooms only 5 o'clock and stays open only 2 hours. Here, there could be wonders of light. There could be, you not understand. God wanted to show to you how you can produce light in diverse manner. And if you know, you do not know this. And so, where I've told you the thermodynamics, I'm telling you can touch a star with your hand. There is no obligativity. So our sun even is not making fusion. How you are is wrong. Fusion is wrong. Want to fuse hydrogen in superior mass. You can take 2 hydrogen, make iron. You cannot do this. Okay. You make 2 hydrogen, make 1 gold. They will make me gold, and then you will light this planet. So you give you water with hydrogen, you make me gold, and then you lie, okay? So the other one to break up the uranium, and you put uranium, radiate and explode all the people. This is science. You burn up people with uranium. You pour like you blow up and you wonder why they are burning or what. Okay. So goodbye, God bless. We can go here, man. This is wonderful. I'm telling you wonderful stuff. We can do this stuff in this generation, and these guys are like make you, put you to sleep. Okay, we can go here. This starts with some shit. We can traverse. We can go here in this our current day. We cannot see the universe. Only inside our galaxy there's a sphere surrounded by clouds, and we must traverse through this black stuff. Maybe few days, 40 days, I don't know, 40 for like 40 days. Okay, how do you are knowing in the rectilinear trajectory manner, the light, the speed of light in the current day, how you are knowing it. The stars are small, you see, you can unplug and put it in your pocket and bring it home. The stars on here, we can go here. That's why I've told you thermodynamics. Maybe it's not a big trick. Okay, goodbye, God bless. Help me, as channel must be find out. Okay, goodbye.